Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Earthion running on PC. Now, this game will be available in the next 2 months, I think, for consoles, but it will premiere on PC. So we're going to revisit this game again once it hits the Switch. Okay, these filters gotta go. This looks horrible. Why the hell would you do this to yourself? That's what I want, is to have a high-end 4K TV and then put a bunch of filters on it to make it look like the absolutely cheapest CRT that you could have bought in 1981. I mean, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Do we not have options to change the way this looks? This looks horrible. Making me think I just wasted $20. Yes, visuals. Curved CRT. Bad CRT. It's almost every CRT. Scaled pixels. Okay. I don't know how that actually looks, unfortunately. What are my frame options? Yes, just turn that off. Why do I need this stuff? All this stuff is so stupid. Square pixels. I guess I want scale pixels. Oh, look, hey, the frame is back for some stupid reason. Much better. If I wanted to play on an old TV, I would get an old TV, and I wouldn't be broadcasting on YouTube. I'd also take a time machine and travel back 30 years. So this game is essentially made on a Mega Drive, also known as a Sega Genesis. So yeah, you're going to get the unfortunately limited color palette of the Mega Drive and all the scratchy voice sampling. You know, it's just kind of the nature of the beast. Sometimes I think developers just get like a little too hard on their commitment to making something look and sound retro. They kind of often forget that games that came on later systems that were more capable actually do look better, if they were trying hard at least. That sucked. Couldn't avoid that. Yeah, I mean, if they were going to pick a system to make a shmup on, I wish they would have picked the PC Engine. But this is you know, Yuzo Koshiro, so he really cut his teeth on the Master System and the Mega Drive. really wasn't a PC Engine person. So we must suffer his nostalgia and work on the Genesis. Which, like I said, you know, it's okay.
Cannon.
Scratchy voices. Thing is, I wish it wasn't so dedicated to being on a real Mega Drive. Because then they could you know, just make like a super Mega Drive where the bit rates could be a lot higher without being so scratchy. Like I said, it's never sounded good, ever. It was just something that they had to be done because the technology just wasn't there. But purposely scratchy sounding audio cues, it doesn't sound good. I mean, it just never will, because all that static in the background is something that you would want to avoid. Super weird that a musician would choose to like purposely make his stuff sound terrible. But you know, yeah, I mean, he's pretty artsy, so not necessarily interested in good sound. He's interested in like purest sound. You know, he's into doing experimental things like he did with ActRaiser 2 and Streets of Rage 3. Which were, not successful, but, he was trying something new, I suppose you could say. Yeah, again, this looks really good for a Genesis, but boy, that lower color palette really does kind of suck. Especially when you look at something like Proto Corgi, which gives you all of that goodness of being retro, but still gives you modern visuals.
Hyper missile.
I know, because it just feels like it's washed out, but it's not washed out. It's just the limitation of the Mega Drive. Even though the Mega Drive could do all these, all this cool layered scrolling, and there are a lot of tricks that you could do with the 6502. But that being said, I would not give up all these cool tricks for just having a larger color palette, having a faster processor, At the end of the day, there's still just tricks. To accomplish something which could actually be accomplished nowadays with real hardware. But yeah, it has a really good feel. Well, I'm not doing particularly well. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I love the PC Engine. I love the super graphics. But if I was making a game now and I wanted to emulate the look and feel of those particular systems, then I would create those games in spirit, but not literally create those games on that hardware. But then, I would give the visuals the ability to have low frequency sounds and the ability to have more sprites on the screen. Basically make up for the shortcomings of the original hardware, because that's what we would have done, had NC not made so many boneheaded decisions and released some good hardware. In their defense, they didn't really know how, and really most companies didn't know what an upgrade process was going to look like back in those days. You'd consider like the Super Graphics like a pro version of a console nowadays, or just say added some additional functionality. But back in those days, a pro console with some minor additions just wasn't a thing that was good enough. We can get away with it nowadays because the market's so different. But yeah, back in those days, that thing really had to stand out. Same thing with the PC effects, but it just couldn't. And they didn't know they were making wrong decisions back then on where the industry was going to go. They took a chance on what their vision was, and they went with it. That's the same thing for the Saturn, which I love the Saturn. In fact, I wish this was emulating a Saturn instead of trying to emulate a Genesis. To me, that was the true shmup king for Sega. I know Yuzo worked on the Saturn because he made an Oasis game on there. I know, I really should concentrate. This sort of thing triggers me, though. It's maybe the same thing as if, somebody was walking around in corduroy pants. Corduroy pants and a jean jacket. It's like, I think you need to move on from when you were a child. And, maybe you thought that was your best look. And maybe it was at the time. But, times have moved on. May also be time to move on from what you were doing as a child. Maybe do something as an adult. Well, nostalgia is fine, of course. You don't want to give up everything that from your past, but hold on to things that matter. Making a game on a literal Genesis, that doesn't matter, really. Oh, hey, Metal Wolf.
Hyper missile.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a Mega Drive shmup. They had a much different look and feel from what we would have seen on like the PC Engine or the Super Nintendo. With the Super Nintendo not being too terribly competent in making shmups. A lot of stuff comes at you from the rear of the ship.
Prism laser.
Again, that scratchy voice. I just really wish they weren't like super hyper dedicated to making this on the Genesis. I heard the argument too that the Genesis can make really, really crisp voices, which is true. It totally can, but then it'll be like the only thing it does. It's just be like a black screen with a really crisp voice. No game. No room for game logic. Game graphics. Controls, you know. I was like, well, that's not really the same thing as being able to use it in game, you know. Yeah, that looks like bad news. I don't know, shmup fans are getting treated pretty well, you know. We're going to have Greatest Origins in 2 weeks. This came out yesterday. I couldn't get through it yesterday, sorry.
Attack the central unit.
And, you know, we're getting new experiences, you know, not just rehashes of old experiences. As, in the case of Greatest Origins, you know, we're getting, we are getting Life Force 3. That was rough. The old Orchestra Strike. It reminds me so much of like the Ninja Turtles soundtrack. Although obviously, you know, the Orchestra Strike existed well before that. Seems like this is one of those games where you pretty much have to play it all powered up throughout the entire game. The continues are available to you, but they're not super useful. Again, which is okay. That was, I mean, this is very standard practice for shmup from that would have been made in this 90s style era. Some stuff comes up from behind you. Super annoying. I also find it a little odd that he decided to go for base level Genesis, base level Mega Drive, and not the Mega CD. Like, I think Mega CD would have been like maybe more well suited to give this thing like that extra oomph of presentation. I guess the number of surviving Mega CDs, Sega CDs, is probably much lower than the number of surviving Genesis and Mega Drives, quite frankly. But still, you know, I mean, you know, Analog released their Mega CD or Mega Drive equivalent. So if somebody wanted to press a real disc, you know, they could certainly do it. Oh. Some stuff goes behind you. All right, this will take a while for me to get rained down. I think the worst part is that you know, now that we're going to start again, I'll do much worse. That's how it always works out with shmup and me. First time, beginner's luck. Second time, won't even get as far as the first time. But that is the beauty of a shmup. You know, it may only have, you know, a limited number of levels, but it takes a long time to really master, play it over and over again. And all your sessions don't have to be hour-long sessions. You know, it can be 10-minute sessions and 15-minute sessions. Play a little bit, get better every time. I like my games. and my dates. Scratchy voices and limited colors. Is there anybody actually out there that is like, oh man, don't you miss it? Don't you miss the time when voices were super scratchy? Man, I'd love to relive those days. Who the hell says that? Voices are way too clear nowadays. I can stand it when I understand what is being said. Curse you, technology! Just like I've seen an uptick in albums released on cassette tape. Not realizing that we abandoned that format because it wasn't as good as CD, which is not as good as digital compression now. Yeah, that format doesn't exist for a reason. It's more expensive to make, and it's not as good. I know. Our generation's always trying to sell the newer generation all of our old crap, you know? Hey, I grew up on Red Sonja. Hey, you guys want to watch a new Red Sonja? I'm like, no. Why are you giving him that? It's like the stuff that wasn't good. Well, I say that not knowing if that is actually going to be a quality movie. I have my doubts. But yeah, why don't we sell them stuff that they might like instead of all of our old junk? You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta sell somebody an LP. Oh, wow, really? I gotta sell somebody an old CRT filter. It's like, no, you don't. You really don't.
Keep it up.
Oh, come on. I do like the ship design. The ship looks cool. Really, all the enemy designs and backgrounds and stuff, it all looks really cool. It's all really well done. I just, I would have preferred them to use a Saturn as a base instead of a Mega Drive. I guess the Saturn was hands down awesome. And the Mega Drive is I mean, as long as the developer didn't use the cheeky shortcut dev kits that were offered to European and North American developers, then the Mega Drive games were really cool. But you look at like games made on that on those American dev kits, the original Jurassic Park and like the X-Men games. It's just like, man, the quality of this stuff is so much worse than the Japanese developers where they were making Melissa Dragoon and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Blast array. Warning! 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 Hyper missile.
Too bad the special weapons have such a limited number of shots.
Prism laser. Warning! 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 Warning!
Really? Is there a warning? You should keep reminding me. That's the thing I miss about gaming. Annoying warning sounds when you're low on health or low on some sort of resource.
Adaptation pod. Warning! 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 Warning!
Are you trying to warn me about something? I'm not totally clear on that.
Attack the central unit. Blast array.
It's just a bad run. Technodrome. Let's kick shell.
missile.
Wow, some of these bullets kind of blend into the background a little bit. At least for me, they do. I do have a little bit of a handicap with my yellow-green color blindness. So maybe it would work perfectly fine to everybody else.
Prism laser. Warning. 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 Adaptation pod. Attack the central unit. Keep it up.
You know, almost looks like the Thunder Force ship from Thunder Force 2.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
Get the back, get the backgrounds there.
Warning.
Otherwise, those are solid objects.
Detonator. Warning. 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 Warning.
Turtle power! What are challenges? Whew. Rough on the old left thumb there. That was a lot of dodging. I'm assuming more stages open up as you play the game and unlock more stages in
Attack the
main
special
game.
unit.
These all take place in things that you've already played in the main game.
Keep it up.
Okay, yeah, kind of a fun thing. Oh, I didn't want to do this. Trying to back out of the menu. That was not the right button.
Attack the special unit. Keep it up.
The confirm button changes from menu to menu. Sometimes it's the B button, sometimes it's the A button. Not sure what's going on there.
Fire. Prism laser.
I swear this is like a Ninja Turtles game song. It's just like the opening city or the sewer level, you know what I mean?
Fire. Adaptation pod. Prism laser. Attack the central unit. Keep it up.
Did it say butt straining the atmosphere? I'm pretty sure that's what that said. I don't even know what butt straining is.
Prism laser.
Oh.
Prison laser. Prison laser. Adaptation pod.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Attack the central unit. Keep it up.
And shields and main shot. Prove the things you use all the time. That's what I say.
Detonator. Refire.
Let's kick shell. Okay, well, we stop it there. This is meowmurai. You've been watching Earthion running on PC. Yeah, I mean, this is a great game. Very well designed. Excellent control. Great sound, and great graphics. Considering the limitations that were put on the development of the title. Keeping it to the Mega Drive. Again, I would have preferred if they would have, maybe upgraded and went for the Saturn, or even better, have a Dreamcast development kit be the, the focus of the development. But like I said, old people are always trying to sell young people their old shit. So, so this is what we get when we have old ass developers who just can't let go of the past. But yeah, outside of that, this is certainly worthy of your time and money. Definitely check it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next screen.